Big or small, young or old, vigorous plants are hungry plants. And that's certainly the case with all varieties of tomatoes at every stage of their life. As the #1 grown backyard crop, right around now is when we start seeing racks and racks of tomato starts just about everywhere. At home or in the store, monster growers in a relatively small amount of soil quickly running out of food. Hi, I'm Jeff from the Ripe Tomato Farms. Welcome back to another episode of the Garden Quickie, the show where in 2 minutes or less, we make feeding your tomatoes easy. And today's episode is about just that, feeding tomatoes, specifically the 4 to 8 weeks between germination and planting outside. Time short as you know it is though, so let's dive in. In the beginning, tomatoes come up with gusto, and they don't need much from us other than moisture and light. The first leaves, known as cotyledons, are not really photosynthesizing, as the plant is still living off the seed. In fact, it's not until about 2 to 3 weeks after germination that we begin to even think about feeding our tomatoes. Grown in a seeding soil mix that has little in the way of nutrients, young tomatoes need to be fed once they get their second set of true leaves. Like we said, this is about 2 to 3 weeks after that initial germination. Now, since they don't really make a seedling-specific fertilizer, we can go ahead and take a regular liquid balanced mix and just use it at half the recommended strength. Read the instructions, dilute to half the dose, and feed from the bottom up and let the soil soak up all the goodness. Now, around a month in, and your plugs are probably getting pretty restless. If you've planted in small cells like this, quite likely you're thinking of moving them on to a bigger home. Normally, a quality potting mix is used at this time, and it'll most likely contain a moderate amount of nutrients. Consider this as another feeding. Transitional up potting aside, the recommended schedule for feeding young tomato plants is once a week. That could be anywhere from 6 to 8 feedings total until you plant them outside. For me though, I feed my young tomatoes much less at once every 2 weeks. Not to mention, I always repot my plugs at the halfway point, so really, I'm only feeding my tomato starts twice during their whole lifetime indoors. It's still plenty of food for the plants, and it leaves us more time to check out more episodes of the Garden Quickie. Thanks for watching, guys. And hey, if Garden Quickies are your thing, make sure to subscribe and click on this playlist here as we explore and solve more growing issues in 2 minutes or less.